Thank you for coming to the Senedd for the celebration of the 2017 award winners for Constructing Excellence in Wales, ICE Wales and Seeker Wales. And thank you to all who entered the awards. You're all so proud of the project you were involved in, proud enough to share it with Wales and the rest of the UK, so thank you. We know how much time and effort goes into entering awards. Thank you to Leslie Griffith, Cabinet Secretary for Energy Planning and Rural Affairs, for supporting this event again this year. We've shared this joint showcase now for quite a few years. There's a clear demonstration that what we do as an industry, and that means everyone from civil engineers, designers, brickies, sparks on our sites, to clients like Welsh Government, it demonstrates that this has a shared impact. We at CEW are immensely proud of you, our winners. We are particularly proud of our 3 national award winners this year: Holywell Learning Campus Sustainability Awards, the Unlocking Rail Electrification Data, the Digital Construction Award, and then a Skull by Baglam for Building Project of the Year. 2 great nights, one at the Celtic Manor in July, and then the other one in London on the 17th of November. And just as an aside, I won an award at the London event as well for the most exuberant individual as a result of our nation's success. So thanks for that. All of you here today are just the tip of the iceberg as far as excellence and best practice in Wales is concerned. The awards have been running for 11 years. We wouldn't have been able to do this without our very, very generous sponsors. 14 of them this year, and Costain ABC for being the main sponsor for the past 3 years. That's a lot of financial support, a lot of money. Thank you very, very much indeed. Throughout those 11 years, we've gathered a lot of data from your entries. 15,000 hours of volunteering, over 400 charities supported. Total project value this year for this year's entries, £3.5 billion. 75% of that spend remaining in Wales. Everything we do in this industry of ours creates data. Building performance, construction and operating costs, social value. Lowest price isn't data. There's too much of it around still. What we do as an industry is far more than the end result, far more than the projects such as those in this room here today. It's about people's lives, the creation of communities, it's about jobs, it's about well-being. What we all do is bound up in the circular economy. We, this industry, holds the key to delivering a huge part of what is required to achieve the goals set by the Future Generations Act. Today is about celebrating your projects, the projects that set the example we want others to follow. We need to heed the lessons, learn and share, and then advocate best practice so we can keep on improving and collect and use all of that data properly. That's the message, if anything, from today. Let's start using that data we're collecting properly. Part of CEW's job is to make sure clients start doing that. That's all from me for now. I'm now going to hand over to Sarah Jones, Chair of IC Wales. Ed Evans from Seeker Wales will then speak, and then Roger, followed finally by Cabinet Secretary Leslie Griffith. So thank you very much.
Ora, croeso bawb. My name's Sarah Jones, as Melissa said. I'm the Chair of IC Wales Cymru for the next 12 months. Thanks, Melissa, for your introduction to this event today. I'm so pleased to join with Constructing Excellence in Wales and Seeker Wales to celebrate and congratulate all of our award winners. The ICE Wales Cymru Awards celebrate civil engineering and its benefits to communities, as Melissa's already said. The economy of Wales and further afield. The Institution of Civil Engineers is one of the oldest professions, in fact it's probably the oldest professional engineering institution in the world. And our president from last year, Professor Tim Boyd, came up to Wales to meet the winners in May and to present them with their glass trophies and framed certificates, and you'll see a lot of those on display here this morning. We take the opportunity at our awards to recognise young civil engineers at the start of their careers, as well as the projects that are carried out. So I'd like to congratulate and remind everybody of our 11 awards today. The first one is the Patterson Prize, and this is awarded to the best written assignment by a Welsh candidate in the ICE Professional Review exams. And the 2017 winner is Peter Taylor. So I'm not sure if Peter's here with it. Sorry, Phil Taylor. No. The second award was for the Emerging Engineer Award, and this encourages graduates and student members to submit written papers on any topic of relevance to civil engineering. And our 2017 winner of that award is Syed Mazaz. The third award is the ICE Wales Cymru Apprentice of the Year, and this recognises excellence in both professional and academic study undertaken by outstanding apprentices of the Professional Construction Academy, which is a collaboration between Arcadis and ICE Wales Cymru. The 2017 award recipient is Josh Archer. The fourth award is the Ben Barr Award, and this was presented to the ICE Professional Review candidates demonstrating excellence. And the winner for Engineering Technician is James Barry, and the winner for Chartered Engineer is Guito Gwyneth. So that was the awards to the young people in our industry, and then obviously the future for us. We need to pass on our skills to the next generation. The project award winners now. We have the George Gibby Award, and this was presented to projects with a value of more than 3 million. So the winner for 2017 was the Rada Weir hydroelectric scheme. Not sure how many of you know about this scheme, but Rada Weir was an innovative project located in Cardiff, and it delivered a wide range of benefits to the local community, and that included a reliable supply of renewable energy, reducing emissions and generating income. Also ecological improvements, regeneration of a community space, along with much community engagement and also educational opportunities. The scheme was sensitively and sustainably planned and designed, ensuring zero waste to landfill, and advanced works were undertaken to maximise the ecological mitigation. Our seventh award is the Roy Edwards Award, and this is for projects with a value of less than £3 million. The 2017 winner of that is the A486 Claim to Synod Improvement project. This one formed part of a strategic route improvement and was designed to assist national, regional and local economies. The much improved alignment, both horizontal and vertical, enables swifter journeys and reduces accident risk. The project award judges felt this was a well-managed project, delivered efficiently and safely despite unforeseen adverse weather. Our eighth award was for the Llangefni Link Road, sections 1 and 2 in Anglesey, and this was for the Heritage Award. Now, it might be a bit surprising because it's a new scheme, but the reason it won it is because of the way the project team properly recorded and dealt with ancient buried human remains on the site. This project was commended for effective contract management and completion on time, despite all these unforeseen circumstances. And it was also commended by the judges for partnering and collaborative working, site health and safety, value engineering in particular, working with the community. The 9th ICE Wales Cymru Award is for Colwyn Bay Waterfront, phases 1, B and C, and this is the award, the Bill Ward Sustainability Award, and that's named after ICE Wales Cymru's longest serving active member, Bill Ward, who still regularly attends lectures and site visits in his 90s. The Colwyn Bay Waterfront project has really transformed the ageing promenade with provision of golden sand and modern artworks on a shared use promenade, with car parking for residents and visitors, and the raised beach serves as an attractive sea defence structure with substantial benefits. In addition, this scheme was chosen for the ICE Wales, Institution of Civil Engineers National People's Choice Award. I'm not sure how many of you are aware of that, but that was put out to the public to vote on schemes from right around the UK. And Wales, we put forward the Colwyn Bay Waterfront. So the voting finished on that. Unfortunately, you've missed it if you didn't vote. And the winner will be announced next week, so we're all keeping our fingers crossed for Colwyn Bay. The 10th award for IC Wales Cymru is the Innovation Award, and the winner of that one for 2017 is the Tank 114 Bund Lining Works. And this is a small scheme, less than £3 million in value, but was felt to be a deserving winner because of numerous innovations, including adaptation of a novel material technology and thermal welding of concrete impregnated fabric system to form an impermeable membrane. The works are designed to eliminate impact of any failures of the storage tank to protect the local environment. This exemplar collaborative working enabled construction to be completed in less than 5 months, despite, again, adverse weather conditions. So, our final award for 2017 is the Designed in Wales Award, and this is to recognise schemes that aren't built in Wales but are designed by our skilled people within Wales. And this was the Cwnagar Loop Boulder Park in Glasgow, where the design successfully utilised a series of scale models, developed the structural models for analysis and carried out material testing on large-scale samples. The main challenge of this really was to replicate the small-scale models at full scale, and this was overcome by using 3D scanning techniques. So as Melissa's already said, keeping data and the new digital way of working is something that we're definitely doing well here in Wales. So this was then upscaled to 3D coordinates using the outer surface of the final structure. So this scheme is an example of one of the many schemes designed here in Wales but built elsewhere. So finally from me, congratulations to all of our winners, and I'd really like to thank Alan Griffiths Contractors, CITB, Simmons Madge, Okaware and Arcadis for sponsoring all our winners this year. Finally, our 2018 awards is now open, so if there's any companies out there that you have a project that you'd like to share with us, can I encourage you all to think about entering for the awards for next year. The closing date is actually the 8th of February, so there's a little bit of time yet, but please think about entering and maybe you'll be receiving awards next year. So, diolch yn fawr, thank you very much. And I'll hand over to Ed.
Good morning. Can I first thank Constructing Excellence Wales, Melissa and the team for bringing us together to celebrate the best of the industry. We're a pretty broad church and we do need people to bring us together, so thank you for that, and you do it very, very well. Diolch yn fawr i chi. Big congratulations to our award winners as well, our trainees, our graduates and our apprentices, really the bedrock of this industry. And we know we're looking forward to Christmas now. Everyone's thinking of the parties, the presents, spending a bit of time with families. But I'd like to fast forward just a week to the New Year's celebrations. It's that time that we make some resolutions and we probably never keep them. But I'd like to just share with you very briefly a resolution that I'll be making on behalf of the industry, and one which I hope that you can join with me on this as well and hopefully stick to it beyond the 2nd of January. It's about the value of this industry to Wales and the Welsh economy versus the way it's valued by people in Wales. This industry represents about 7% of Wales's GDA, and if you contrast that with agriculture at less than 1%, or finance and insurance less than 4%, it's a pretty big player. We also employ about 130,000 people across Wales, and if you contrast that with the likes of Tata Steel, about 8,500, Airbus, 6,000, we're big employers as well. And if you look at the type of the jobs that we create, they're high value jobs. We see that in our award winners, our trainees, our apprentices, our graduates. They're essential to our economic growth. And for my sector in particular, the contracting sector, it offers high value jobs for those from, should we say, some of the more vocational backgrounds, many from communities where high educational attainment is not a given, and where poverty is a major inhibitor of life chances. So I think that's just three things there which give you a flavour of the importance of this industry to Wales. And yet I would contrast that at times with the way this sector is perceived and the way it's treated. You've got some major employers here in this room exporting skills beyond Wales, bringing wealth back into Wales, and they're major players in terms of economic growth. But they've got little or no certainty over forward order books. You know, how can you build businesses and how can you plan for the future on that? Work to low margins. It's difficult from that to invest in things like research and development, people development. And I have to say the P word. They're subject to a procurement process, which is far too often a race to the bottom based on lowest price, as Melissa mentioned, and a determination to throw risks onto the supply chain. And I think that's a poor recipe if we really want better value for money from the industry. We want greater economic growth and we want less poverty. So my resolution is that we all work together to better value this industry, that we see it as an important part of the economy, both in terms of growth and employment. We do all that we can to support the companies in this sector, all sizes, to grow, to flourish, and to generate greater wealth in Wales. And we start to see some of these companies, whether they're contractors, consultants, we start to see them in the same ways we see a Tata Steel or an Airbus, or some of the more sexy sectors like life sciences. We all need to value them far better than we do, and we need to value the people involved in there as well. And there's some great examples around this room of what the industry can do. And I think we can do that, but we need to get some real partnerships between public and private sector. We need to get those who procure services and projects working far better with those who deliver them. And I don't think we're there yet, but as I said, my New Year's resolution is, on behalf of the industry, is that we do that. I've got some personal ones as well, which I won't share with you for obvious reasons. But I hope some of what I've said, fairly briefly, I hope it resonates with some of you. And I hope that we can share some of these success stories that we'll see around the room today. And we do start to make a difference, and we keep it going beyond January the 2nd as well. So, diolch yn fawr i chi. Thank you very much.
Bore da, gaina estyn croeso I bawb ohonoch chi'r digwyddiad bore yma ac yn falch rhyfeddol o gael cwmni ysgrifennu'r Cabinet Leslie Griffiths yma yn plith ni hefyd. Welcome everybody. I'm briefly just going to sort of hopefully pick up on what everybody else has left out, perhaps. Last week, I'll start with what happened in Whitehall last week, just briefly, that we heard from the UK government last week some familiar sort of references and noises about construction as part of the industrial strategy. And this came via the Business and Energy Secretary in the UK government, Greg Clark, where he called for a 33% reduction in the cost of construction and the whole life cost of assets, and 50% cut in the time taken from the beginning to the end of new build and refurbished assets. Then he added they were keen to see a 50% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions in the built environment as well. The precise numbers might be slightly different, but within the constructing excellence movement, we have, as an industry, been moving towards these goals for some time. And most of us here will recall that the Whitehall targets are strikingly like those set out by Latham and Egan. But we are fortunate here in Wales because not only have we got an enlightened government of our own that has set ambitious targets that are enshrined in law and underpinned by the work of Sophie Howe and her Future Generations team, we are already achieving some of these goals. Indeed, in some instances, we have been hitting targets on time, budget, and low zero carbon emissions, and waste as well, for some time. And how do I know that? Well, we only need to look around the exhibition panels here this morning and see for ourselves that that is indeed the case. You will see for yourselves examples of projects of all types, scale, scope, and budget that are exemplars of best practice. The projects that we are all showcasing, all of us, Constructing Excellence, IC and Seeker Wales, They demonstrate that this collaborative approach to procurement, integrated teamwork, the design and build phase, and a focus on outcome delivery, it delivers real value for everyone involved. Schools are a great example of how effective collaboration can be. By involving all the stakeholders, teachers, governors, pupils, parents, as well as the local authority, there is a much better opportunity to create a facility that is not just a great place to learn and study, but that might play a dynamic part in the local community, and through its design and construction, not just be low carbon, but educate children about energy and its usage as well. If we plan properly, local people may have the chance to be employed. And if we focus on outcomes of the scheme, then local suppliers and trades will benefit too. And these are some, indeed, of the goals championed by the Future Generations Act. They can be turned into reality by a collaborative approach that concentrates on long-term value and not short-term price gains. And it's encouraging to see that I refer to the industrial strategy of the UK government, a sector deal between government and industry through the Construction Leadership Council, agreed that the three headings, procuring for value, an industry-led innovation, and skills for the future, are the cornerstones of that particular approach. And indeed yesterday, I think the launch of the notification about the Transport Infrastructure Efficiency Task Force, again, the UK government initiative, setting out that benchmarking, framework for cross-sector alignment, integration, procurement for growth and smarter infrastructure are also cornerstones of that particular approach. So enjoy the rest of the morning, and I'm delighted and thank her particularly for her support as well to Constructing Excellence in Wales. I'd like to invite Cabinet Secretary for Energy, Planning and Rural Affairs to say a few words. Thank you.
Diolch, Rodri. Good morning, Bore everyone, and it's a great pleasure to have been invited to sponsor this reception today and just to say a few words. This reception really does showcase the winners of the recent Constructing Excellence in Wales Awards 2017, and I'm one of those people that always believes that success absolutely should be celebrated, so it's good to see so many of you here in the Senedd this morning. What those awards do, to me, is really encourage best practice right across the industry in Wales, and of course recognise the variety of activities, skills and areas of expertise that of course make up our wonderful construction industry here in Wales. All of the award winners represented here today are exemplars and demonstrate what the building and the civil engineering industry are doing right in Wales, helping to deliver our policies and programmes. But of course it's not just about the winners today, it's also to recognise the quality of the nominees in each category. I'd like to also pay tribute to the commitment of each of the design teams, the contractors and the developers involved. Individually and collectively, they strive to meet the high expectations of customers and society in a collaborative and sustainable manner. The principles of collaborative working, learning and continuous improvement are absolutely key if we seek to obtain the maximum benefit from the money that we spend in construction, given the resources that we use. A strong and efficient construction sector is essential for our future well-being, and the Welsh Government fully recognises the challenges that we all face together. Rodri referred to the work undertaken by Sophie Howe, our Future Generations Commissioner, and her team, and I think here in Wales we are looked on with envy by other countries, and certainly if you look right across my portfolio, which is very broad, the two pieces of legislation that we do have, as I say, we're looked on with envy from right across the world. I was talking to somebody from Australia who just couldn't believe what we brought forward in the Wellbeing of Future Generations Act and of course our Environment Act. And those two pieces of legislation were brought through this place by my great friend and colleague Carl Sargent, and I know he was a wonderful friend to Constructing Excellence in Wales, and Melissa and I met last week and referred to the night that you were talking about in the Celtic Manor. So I think those two pieces of legislation, what they do is absolutely bring forward our goals of global responsibility, of prosperity, resilience and health, and they all have implications for what we build and the way we build them, and I think it's something that we need to be very mindful in accounting for our actions. Ed referred to construction being a major part of the Welsh economy, and it's a really important employer, both directly and indirectly, through the manufacturing of construction materials and products. We, of course, continue to face the prospect of managing increasing pressure on our resources and budgets, and working collaboratively, I think we really can continue to demonstrate value for money, which is absolutely key in the current climate. So Constructing Excellence in Wales encourages this, I think, through their exemplar programmes, by providing practical examples of how we can achieve best value sustainable construction solutions. So thank you very much for inviting me to be part of this again today. Congratulations to the winners, everybody involved today, and I wish you all continued success. Diolch yn fawr.
Thank you, Cabinet Secretary. It is time to move off and upstairs now, particularly as the sun's coming through. Thank you to ICE, to Seeker Wales. Ed, you're absolutely right about the importance of partnership with this industry. And just on the note of partnership, I know Mary Wren is here, and at the top of the stairs, near the coffee and the pastries, which you're going to be released to experience in a minute, there is the RSAW's showcase of some of our winning projects. Some of the photographs are up there, so please take the time to have a look at that today. Now, we did tell you in July that we'd be here in 2018, and we will. We are launching our 2018 awards on Monday. Sorry, not upstaging you, Keith and Sarah. So the entry period starts on Monday the 11th. Some of the forms are here today for you to have a look at when you leave. Closing date is Monday the 26th of February. And the dinner at the Celtic Manor is on Friday the 6th of July. So you can start booking your tables for that as soon as you like. As people are doing now, because they see this event, the CEW Awards dinner, as the construction industry social event of the year. And we had 600 people in July this year, so let's try and top that in July, on the 6th of July 2018. One new category this year for off-site. Have a look at that. It's off-site and off-site solutions, so have a look at that. G4C. Now, some of the G4C team are here today. Can I see where you are? Where's our committee? Oh, there they are at the back. They're going to have their own awards this year, so that's celebrating young people in construction. But you'll hear more about that from us in the next couple of weeks. So we will be looking for support from the industry for that, both as sponsors, but also to put forward your people in those categories. Thanks to sponsors for 2017 awards, and thank you to the sponsors who have confirmed already for 2018. They are Kia, BRE and Claw, so sponsorship is open as well. That's it from me. Coffee and pastries are available upstairs, and thank you again to Cabinet Secretary Leslie Griffiths for her support for today. Thanks everybody, enjoy.